The News Line.
Hello and welcome back to People's TV. Today's news commentary focuses on a tragic event that unfolded on the 10th of this month, a day that will be remembered as a dark moment for the entire world, and especially for activists and journalists everywhere. I am speaking about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. The shooting occurred while Charlie Kirk was conducting a Prove Me Wrong event at Utah Valley College campus. He was a highly effective debater who treated his opponents with respect, earning admiration even from those who disagreed with him. Charlie Kirk frequently spoke boldly on pressing issues such as drug abuse, illegal immigration, and the dangers posed by radical Islamic terrorism, which continue to threaten U.S. citizens. Just a few days before his assassination, a video circulated online showing a man resembling a radical Islamist moving from shop to shop, threatening business owners. He demanded they stop selling alcohol, pork, gambling-related items, and other goods considered haram within 2 months, or face serious consequences. Radical Islamists. If anything makes sense to them, it is only killing, bloodshed, and murder. They operate on the shaky foundation of extremist ideology and are incapable of making sensitive, reasoned arguments. They are driven by a blind faith that calls for violence. All they know is to silence others through terror. This is exactly what happened on October 7th, and again in Jerusalem just 5 days ago. Not just America, but many countries around the world have been left in shock after learning of Kirk's murder. Nations across the globe have condemned this inhumane act. The Trump administration gave him the highest honors, reserved for a sitting president, as a final tribute. Donald Trump ordered the U.S. flag to be flown at half-mast nationwide. Several world leaders, including Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, sent their heartfelt condolences. Remarkably, the Prime Minister had invited Kirk to visit Israel on an official tour just 2 weeks prior. Charlie Kirk was also a devoted Christian and a family man. Marriage and family life, institutions he defended throughout his career, are under attack in America today. One might ask why I link radical Islamists to Kirk's murder. It is true that the man arrested for the assassination is an American white male, not a Muslim. However, several prominent figures in the U.S., including individuals like Representative Ilhan Omar and journalists such as Mehdi Hasan from Al Jazeera, have expressed approval of Kirk's killing. Similarly, in Sri Lanka, some Muslims endorsed his murder, apparently because he was a strong supporter of Donald Trump and a vocal advocate for the State of Israel. Now, some of you might think that this incident happened far away, outside our island nation, and that nothing like this could ever happen in Sri Lanka. But don't forget the Easter attacks. Even I receive death threats quite often. Just a few days ago, someone left a comment on one of my videos threatening my life. While they may not be able to harm me now, imagine if they were armed and encountered me on the street, they could easily take my life. The same danger applies to anyone speaking truth or standing firm in their beliefs. What happened to Charlie Kirk in the United States yesterday could very well happen to activists like us in Sri Lanka tomorrow. We are not immune to such threats. We deeply appreciate your encouragement through comments, because what we do here at People's TV comes with great risk. I should point out that many of the radical individuals who leave comments on my videos often use filthy and indecent language. They are rarely capable of rational thinking or defending their views in a logical manner. Disagreement or opinions that challenge their ideology are simply intolerable to them. Radical Islamists. They are driven by a blind faith that calls for violence. All they know is to silence others through terror. This is exactly what happened on October 7th, and again in Jerusalem just 5 days ago. It's the same tactic that Mujibur Rahman is attempting to use through his parliamentary privileges, silencing us through intimidation. When 16 journalists visited Israel, Mujibur was furious. The tour was sponsored by Israel, and he was enraged because the truth about the country would come out, exposing his fabricated stories aimed at discrediting the Jewish state. He was unhappy because he could not prevent us from visiting Israel, nor could he defend the false narratives he had been spreading. Mujibur, like any other extremist, has a hidden agenda. He seeks to drown out the voices of others and cannot tolerate opinions that oppose his own. He and those who support him are extremists, and it was such people who silenced Charlie Kirk. Today, the people of Sri Lanka face a similar risk. A bullet could come for any of us at any moment. The government bears the responsibility to take action against these extremists and curb the spread of extremism immediately. Although Sri Lanka doesn't currently have an Israeli embassy, the nation has established strong and positive relations with the Jewish state. If there is a group in Sri Lanka opposed to these diplomatic ties, it is none other than the radical Islamists, represented in parliament by Mujibur Rahman. He is, in effect, blowing the trumpet for radical Islamists within the legislature. Mujibur claimed that the current government is pro-Palestine, A false statement, since the majority of this nation stands with Israel. Any government openly declaring itself pro-Palestine would face political suicide. He also publicly stated in Parliament that 2 YouTubers were part of the delegation that visited Israel. I am one of the YouTubers he referred to. His statement appears to have been an attempt to intimidate us. Politicians are free to hold any opinion, but they must remember that it is the public who ultimately shapes policy. In conclusion, I wish to reiterate that radical Islamism is raising its ugly head in Sri Lanka, and Mujibur Rahman serves as its political arm. We call upon all peace-loving citizens of Sri Lanka to remain vigilant and to speak out firmly against extremism. If this report helped you see the situation on the ground clearly, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to People's TV, where truth has no agenda, and facts speak louder than spin.
Subscribe us for more details.